Hi guys, Andy Work here, back for the next step of this thing. Right guys, I've just finished salting the rest of the blaster. So, next step. So this one we did like 20 minutes ago. The silver's dried, it's really fast drying stuff. So you get a little bit more of the clay and just near it and around it, but you do want to get it on the original clay, because what that's going to create is, as I said, you get the red spot of rust surrounded by the worn metal surrounded by your paint. So basically you could do it all, you could spray the silver, then put the clay over both the silver and the red, but then when the clay comes off and the salt comes off, you'll only have tiny little spots of rust, which may be what you want. I've found this way I get both, so it makes the rust a bit more irregular. Now I'm just going to try and just get a little bit. The only rule is you don't want to do a brush stroke. You don't want to actually paint with the brush. You just dab all over the place wherever you want the silver to show through, and especially on top of where you put your salt. Now the beauty of this is once you've painted and washed it all off and you've got these big rusty spots surrounded by silver, if you see it, look at it and say, oh, there's too much silver in this area, you can just come back with a black brush and just gently come in and take some of it out, because the background's black. Whatever colour, doesn't matter what colour your blaster is, you can just come in with a base colour and, you know, get rid of as much as you want, or even add some. But that's basically it, mate. Guys, you just apply it haphazard. Right guys, here's an issue. I've got the two blasters are half together. I've put this a little bit on and going to whack the front on, because as you know, I wanted this to look all together painted as one piece, you know, so the wear and tear has to be sort of as quote unquote one piece as well. So I need to put it together to do that. So I've got my red paint and my salt. I'm just going to put some little spots of salt on to depict the rust as it goes through. Now, if it comes to it that I decide along this line, this is going to be like plastic body housing and this is going to be metal, I simply paint over those red spots that are on the plastic, because plastic doesn't rust. It's that simple. Right, now at this stage, before I spray the silver on, I can look around this and see if there's anywhere I've missed or anywhere I've got too much clay, and I can wipe it off. But it's a bit easier, I think, to wait until you've actually finished the paint job. Then you can touch up where you need to. Decided to add some colour to this, so I sprayed myself a purple line right around. And again, you can see, might be able to see just where the salt is here. We're getting water being pulled out of the air, but fair enough. Now what I want to do is mask that purple stripe, so when I paint it, it'll have a nice straight edge. So start where I want it. Using a screwdriver to force it into all the places I want it. You've got to be careful when you do this that it doesn't sort of crimp the tape and make an angle like it's doing that way. It's making it go up that way. So I've got to. So what I'm going to do is push it in this side. Get my little knife. Trying to keep my head out of the picture. And cut that bit off. Now, by repositioning this bit, I can get it back straight. that groove. Use the screwdriver to get into that groove. Take it straight up over. Now, we'll cut it here. You can see as I've pushed it into the groove, it's actually pulled away from this side, which is what you expect to happen because you're covering more distance, more surface. There we go. So now, so that's that part of it. Now, one thing that often happens when you mask, especially this technique where I'm masking over salt grains and stuff, and put it down and you paint it, you'll get paint bleeding under the edge on that. Because I'm doing the body panels in this dark yellow and this purple stripe, if paint bleeds under, I've got work to do. I've got to clean up a mess. So, something I saw on one of those home improvement shows for doing stripes and lines on ping pong tables. Spray some of the original purple paint I used on the stripe and paint it along the edge. So if that goes under the tape, it doesn't matter because it's purple underneath. It seals any holes that might be there that the yellow could get through. So now when I spray that yellow and I pull off the tape, I'll have a perfectly straight line. I should not have any bleed at all. And having said that, on camera I'll probably get bleed all over the place. Right guys, just another little tip for you. I've got a small issue in that I'm having a bit of trouble getting my paint into that crevice there. So it's very tight. So what I'm going to do first is finish off this bit of taping, okay. So the tape comes up to here, but I've got to get into here, so what I'm going to do is just use a bit of my clay. Right, so I've got clay in that crevice, and that's going to act as a resistor and keep the paint off, but got a little bit around the edge, so I'll just wipe it off. So there we go. That clay will stop any paint sticking to that, so it'll remain black. Alright guys, there we go. Masked up, ready for paint. Alright, now there's my white. So I'm going to mix yellow, like 75%, 25% white. Have a pale yellow. Then I've got gloss red, the touch-up red, and I've even got some mission brown, just to dirty that up a bit. Got to be very sparing. Got a little glass jar here. I'm going to spray it in with a screw lid because I need to keep a bit for touch-ups after the spray painting's done. Right guys, sorry about the handheld. So here's all the parts I'm going to paint. All ready to go. Some are masked, some are not. Some are masked incredibly heavily, as you can see. So everywhere that's covered up is going to be black, and everything else that's not covered up is going to be yellow. So let's get on with it. So see, the paint is very sort of uneven, and this is this counter shading I'm talking about. That's far too much for this scale, but the next coat will even it up a bit, but there'll still be little patches, and once it's got the weathering and the dirting on it, you won't, but you will see it, if that makes sense. I've got enough paint probably to go over and touch up the areas that are still a bit dark, and then I can pull all the masking off and start putting it together. Right, hi guys, any work back. Everybody loves an unwrapping video, so let's get to it. Done. Oh, forgot to paint that black. Okay, not a problem. Just back mask that and redo it later. Could always leave it just as like a replacement part that never got done properly, something like that. So I will probably speed this up video and I'll start talking like a chipmunk. Oh yes, yes. satisfying. Okay, so there's the stripped piece, ready for the cleanup. What we're going to do is knock a little bit of that salt off, creates a hole, water gets in, clay dissolves. Not too shabby. Well, actually it's supposed to look shabby, but you get the idea. Time for the fun part. I've got my black Tamiya paint, XF1 50/50 with their XF20A thinner. Got my nice soft paper towel, and here we go. And if you've never watched this before, you're probably going, oh no, what's that maniac doing? Well, this maniac is dirtying down his gun. As you can see, it's just basically getting into all the crevices, and you do want to try and not leave patterns from the paper towel on it. This serrated stuff is leaving a pattern, so I'm going to switch over to an old sheet. Now once I've done this, I'm going to pick it up and turn it over and look at it and say, oh crap, I forgot to do that bit right there. Don't be tempted to dig into your bottom of your paint pot, because you might come across solid paint and you'll be putting great big globs on it. Mix up some more. Okay, that's done. Back soon. Okay guys, time for the soot and smoke and stuff, and I'm going to use this X19 transparent black from Tamiya. Sorry, smoke. X19 smoke. It actually has a warning about causing cancer and birth defects on it. So I'm going to be wearing my respirator while I do it, and I suggest you do the same if you decide to use this stuff. Luckily I did find another jar of black, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do my usual light brown, because I don't think it'll show up very much on this yellow. I'm just going to do the smoke heavily, and then little bits of black where I think it needs it. Right guys, I've got the camera set up so you can get a bird's eye view of what's going on. I've just spilled paint all over my phone. Brilliant! Battery's running out, so let's get on with this. I remember that smoke being a much better coverage, so it didn't work. It started puddling. So what I've done, I've mixed up a black. I'm going to use black, and then I'll use the smoke around the edge. What I've done up there at the shell ejection port, you can see where I've done the black. What I'll do is go around a bit with the smoke later to soften that hard edge, so make it blend a bit more. But I'll do this before my battery runs out. That's about it for the black. This thing doesn't need a lot of it, because it's yellow. It's picked up a lot of dirt from the wash, so that's all I'm going to do for the black. Now I'll just and I'll whack some of this grey thinner in and just go around the edge, the smoke I should say. Okay, we are, as they say, done. So I'll take some photos while I still got battery and get this last movie up. Oh, one last thing, won't be much from me for the next few weeks. I'm going under the knife, so 6 or 8 weeks before you see anything from me. Bye guys.